good morning guys, good morning girls. Welcome back to another episode on the 2009 Citi Golf 1.8T conversion. Episode 23. If you guys haven't been following the build and you'd like to get up to date, I'll link somewhere on the screen the full build series. For the meantime, let's carry on. So we're back. 1.8T, KO4001, 5-speed O2J, 76mm downpipe, ME 7.5. Car starts, car drives, or drove, and we're here. So you saw in the previous episode, we've had quite a bit of mishaps, and I suppose it's just part of the build. A buddy of mine always tells me, when you're feeling frustrated, take a step back, go at it with a clear mind, and that's what I've done. So we had a water leak on the turbo. Let me show you. We had a water leak. Turbo sits like this. Yeah, there's a bungee bolt that goes into this, but the block is here. So there's absolutely no way we could have gotten into that with a turbo in place. I have started already and I have fixed the water leak. The bungee bolt was completely loose. My fault. I tried in my brain, I tried to blame the seller of the turbo, but he just sent me a message and said, look, I just put it there so that I don't forget anything. I never tightened anything. And I just put it back on the car. Or I put it on the motor without checking. So my fault, half a day gone. And then we had a CV pop. I'll put a picture somewhere up on the screen of the outer CV literally coming off the shaft. And I had a headache and a half with that because in the previous clip I told you there's different drive shaft lengths. There's 3 for the Citi Golf and the CTI or the Mark 1. It's 647, 650 and 658. I have the longest one, which is 658. And I'm sure if you watched a couple of episodes ago, I used second-hand inner CVs and I put the CVs together myself. I cleaned it and I re-greased it and whatever I needed to do to get it into one piece. And I'm thinking that was a problem because the inner CVs was very stiff. If you look at the inner CV construction, this is the inner CV. It's meant to play. And without that play, it would pull the outer CV, and obviously the outer CV is bolted onto the hub of the car. So what I did is, you guys can see, I just got new inner CV, new outer CV, a bigger one so as well, where the body's a little bit bigger, so it should help me with my distance. If it doesn't, I think I'm gonna have to find a shaft that works. Fingers crossed that it does work. So yeah, that needs to be installed. I have fixed the water leak on the turbo. I think I fixed the water leak on the turbo. There's no way for me to check. I'm just gonna start assembling everything and hope for the best, I suppose. But before we carry on doing that, let's go to the blackboard. On the blackboard, you saw that it was filled with things earlier on. Time to start a new list and get the small things done. Alignment, I need to take the car for alignment. Solder the ECU wires, it's just laying loose, tangled into each other. It needs to be soldered, taped up. Fit the catch cam plus the lines. I have fitted the one line. I need to fit the second line, going to the tappet cover. Fit the fuel pump. I have a new fuel pump. I need a high flowing fuel pump I need to fit. Block off the throttle body vacuum. That's just like a little nipple on the throttle body. I did want to drill it, tap it and put a plug in, but at a later stage. Fit the fuel filter, bleed the coolant system, make sure there's no leak, fingers crossed. Inlet bracket, Nazir needs to make it up for me. The inlet moves quite a bit. Fit the shifter, I fixed the problem that I had with the gears being stiff on the shifter, so I just need to fit that shifter back correctly and make sure that it works 100%. Maybe align the gears again. Finish the dashboard, the bottom part, the vents, the light switches, all of those things, and then refit the shaft. And then once all of this is done, I can fit the tappet cover. I have a freshly painted tappet cover. If you guys, I'm not sure, comment if you've seen it, where you've seen it. I'll give you guys something as a little surprise if you get it correctly. But yeah, so let's get on to those items. I have done 90% of the turbo work with the coolant leak. Backup, it's bolted, it's torqued. I just need to fit the things around it, but before I do that, I'm going to fit the shifter. I didn't foam anything, but I have removed the turbo. Not removed, I just loosened it and I pulled it away. I showed you guys where it was leaking. I've installed the drive shaft. I filled the car with water. Left it overnight to check if there's any water on the floor, which there isn't. What else have I done? Yeah, and drive shaft is in, everything's torqued. I think the car is low on petrol because I did try to start the car at this angle and it starts and it like dies. I'm hoping it's low on petrol. So yeah, what's next? I'll show you guys as exactly as what I've done. As you can see, there's a big mess. I need to clean this mess up and move on to the next thing, which is going to be fitting the fuel pump and sorting out the fueling system. But yeah, let me just show you guys exactly what has been happening in this lovely garage. We can see everything is assembled back to as it was. There was 1 or 2 water leaks that I had to sort out, but we can check that was filled last night and I left the car, let it stand and not leaking anyway. It would put up a leak, hoping would not pop up once I start the car. Let me just get underneath. Okay, so we can see here underneath the drive shaft is back in that side, the ball joint is back. The downpipe is bolted up. That's the exhaust, guys. I haven't shown you guys before, but that's an exhaust. I'll give you a better explanation soon. It's bolted up to the turbo. Not leaking anywhere there. New inner CV. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'm not leaking any water. I am going to put coolant in with a new bottle, but I don't see the point in doing it now and it's just leaking everywhere. Let's just get this stage of the build done. But for the meantime, what am I going to do? I'm going to clean the garage quickly and then I'm going to get onto the fuel pump. Okay, so it's time to get onto the fuel pump. Remove everything we think we need to remove. Comes an instruction manual, which there's no English. Warning notices. Okay, so these are the things we're going to do today. Fuel pump. I hope this fitting is going to work. I hope it's going to work. It should feed. It should work. And then I will be probably needing to cut the original wires, which I'm very keen to do. I'm not shy to do that. But yeah, so this is a fuel pump, new fuel filter. Put it out. But for the meantime, I'm just going to remove the old pump quickly. I can't really record that, guys. I'm really sorry. There's not a lot of space and time and effort. But I'll remove it and then I'll place it here. Alright, so I got the fuel pump removed. It's pretty, eh? Yeah, but look at this, the wow factor. So I was meant to buy a bracket by Fury to mount it, but I didn't know how the original one was mounted. So this is how the original one is mounted, just with these two clamps. It clips into a clamp. So I heat it straight. I heat it open, and my goal is to clamp it here somehow. Oh, not gonna work. Clamp it here somehow, and then just so it can hold it like this. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm going to need to check exactly as to what, but I'll figure that out. I'll replace it with a clamp at another time. The inlet from the tank is the same size. The outlet from the pump is the same size. It has this, and I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to plug the pipe so long. I'm not going to play around with it. I'm going to plug it. I'll just do some research. I think this is just like a return to the tank, but it also has a return to the tank from the return line. I need to double check that and be sure. Fit the fuel pump, and then I'm just gonna cut the plug off, and I'm gonna crimp these onto it with a connector. I'm not gonna do it like this. Should I? Let me see if I can find a plug similar to that. Then I can just do it like that, crimp it and have the plug so I can remove the pump. Let me just check quickly. Okay, I can't find a plug exactly like this in my plugs. I did want to solve this fuel pump and recover some costs, but I'm still gonna sell it. I'm just going to cut the plug off it. Unfortunately, somebody's gonna have to put their own plug on. I'm sorry to whoever's buying this pump, but so I got it installed. As you can see, it's solid. It's solid, but I'm not happy. I need to make a plan with the bracket ASAP. I couldn't use the original brackets because it's much bigger and it doesn't really fit in here. But I'm gonna leave it like this for so long. I need to come back. I need to come back this end of the car because look here.
going to work.
Alright, so my fueling system's done. The fuel pump's installed, it's wired up. I don't have a bracket for it. I need to make a plan. I'm gonna use cable ties along. I'm gonna use cable ties. It's a golf, guys. It's a golf. Don't. I'm joking. I'm gonna make a plan. The fuel lines are made shorter. I'm gonna put this bracket on to hold my beautiful fuel lines in place. What else do I need to do? I need to block off this because that's a big thing when it comes to idling. Okay, I need to fit the dashboard and things, which I'm not going to do now. I need to get some petrol. I'm going to put the car on the ground, put the wheel back on, put the car on the ground, get some petrol, put the petrol in and see if I can idle this car to check for leaks. I'm just going to put the back down. I'm not going to put the front as yet. I think I do need petrol because I think the way the car is laying when it's jacked up, it's not allowing the petrol to flow to the pump. That's why it's not starting. Let me check quickly. Let me go get some fuel. We have made exceptional progress. I'm actually excited at this point. Like, I'm very excited at this point. Yes, I have driven the car, but while driving the car in that moment, at the back of my mind, I had water leak, number one, which was playing with my mind. Number two, drive shaft broke. The water leak was the main dampener to my excitement because I knew it was there. I think I fixed the water leak, guys. I've started the car. Whoops. I don't need the wipers. Starts without the issue. OEM management. OEM management is the way to go. The car starts every time, no issue whatsoever. So I'm just going to put the wheel back quickly, put the car back on the ground. I really need a new jack. Put the car back on the ground with Andrew's jack. Pull the car out. I think I'm going to take it for a drive to the garage to put some petrol in. Just a little, like quarter tank, just to make sure that there is petrol. And I think I'm going to put the bumper, before I put the car on the ground, I'm going to put the bumper and I'm going to put the grill on. Bumper, reason being, it's just easier to put it on when the car's in the air. The grill I can put on afterwards, but let me get this wheel on quickly and then we can do that. Oh, I lost a bolt. How do you lose a wheel bolt? I don't know if it fell out when we were towing the car because I didn't tighten the bolts or I just didn't put it in. I'm not sure. I'm going to need to get another one. This this poor bumper has been neglected on a whole nother level. The bumper has been standing outside since I stripped the car. The paint probably got 10 times worse. Life got 10 times worse for it. Shame. Poor bumper. Anyway, on that note of a poor bumper, I hope I got all the bolts. Okay, so I think I'm done. The bumper alignment's off. I think I'm done. Tasks I gave myself today. Let me show you quickly. Okay, so the front of the car's on, and you should know the front of the car's on after all this time. Something's going right. Yeah, the bumper alignment's terrible. We never made provisions for putting this bumper on when we made the intercooler setup. It is a mission. You probably to align it, I'm probably gonna have to remove the whole front of the car. But I'm not gonna do that now. I'll do that once I drain the water because then the coolant must come in if there's no leaks and the fan works and everything. But for now, I'm gonna leave it like this. I am gonna drive the car to the garage like this, no bonnet. Maybe to Andrew to fetch something and drop the jack. I'll see how I feel. But let me just check if everything is good. Well, everything sits way lower on this car than normal. Need to make a plan with that. What a journey this episode has been. Um, I decided to sell the golf, guys. It was too much for me, and I'm talking shit. The golf is outside. After every major job, I like to do just a young cleanup. A tidy workspace just has a tidy mind. Gives you a tidy mind, if I must say. So yeah, I just did a cleanup. I pulled the golf out, seeing that it's driving and it can go out on its own accord. Very proud of that. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull it back in shortly. Like I said, I just go over the tidy. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the golf back in quickly. I'm gonna give you guys a cold start. The car's still cold. I'm gonna let you guys see how it sounds on a cold start. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not sure exactly how that cold start sounded, but it probably blew the mic. Yeah, so guys, we're gonna the goal hopefully for the rest of this episode is to get the car dyno ready. There's wiring that needs to be done. I feel that the brake pedal is very spongy, so I need to sort out that. I don't know if it's a vacuum line. There's no clamps, proper clamping system on it. Let me check if maybe that's a situation on there. But first things first, I'm gonna start soldering the wiring. There's an earthing problem. I'm gonna sort out the earthing problem, empty the car, to start cleaning everything up and getting the car ready to dyno. What else? Yeah, so let's get onto that. I'm gonna start off with wiring, cleaning car out and wiring. The mess of wiring is still there. Andrew and myself, we did not do much. We just got it running, but like I said, there is a few problems. Like the earth that we use is not earthing correctly. There's wires that needs to be soldered. There's wires that needs to be joined. This is a canvas, so this needs to run to that side. I'm going to leave that last. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the battery, start soldering the wires I know for sure needs to go together. Yeah, that way I feel it's just safer. So one by one, so I don't forget or not, yeah, I forget where they go and what goes where. I'm going to solder one by one. I'm going to start on the canvas wires. Reason being is because those are the ones that's not insulated yet. So Andrew never put tape around it. So I'm going to start on those so I know, okay, that one goes here, that one goes there. In my mind, I've already forgotten what goes where. There is a few wires that I'm thinking, like I had to ask Andrew, where does this go? There's one for the speedo, which I need to do inside. I had to ask him. But yeah, let me get on. I'm going to take the battery off. Alright, so it's literally, I can't tell you exactly what wires is what, but I know this definitely has something to do with power. Cranking power. Yeah. Oh, here's another set of wires. Okay, I just need to do these. I'm not sure exactly what is this. Solder those, and then I can unplug all these plugs. Like I've done the brown one already because I know it's soldered. All these plugs I can unplug and then tape up the wires. Tape up that bunch of wires. Remove these. Start seeing what I can tape up. That over there is the earth wire that I think has a problem. It's badly rusted here. Maybe I should just give it a lick of paint just to protect it. I think I'm gonna use that wheel quickly when I'm done taping everything up, loosen the ECU bracket, whatever, and just get this rust off and paint it. But yeah, I'm not gonna film that. I'm gonna just sort out that wire, solder them, and then tape it up. Okay, so we've got the center console back. Radio works. Cable not yet. That's not sorted yet. Light switch is not on yet. Okay, we're inside a little bit of a vacuum. The gear lever's on. The center console's in. So it's just what's left to do is put the bonnet back, put the rain tray cover back, checked everything. I'm going to top up the oil quickly because I'm not sure what happened to the oil. I do think it kind of went into the oil filter, which I didn't fill at first, and the turbo lines, which was dry because it was new. So it's not empty, but it needs a top up. I got a liter by Jamil of AMS oil because that's oil that I run in the vehicle. Yeah, so let me just put the bonnet on quick, and then I'm going to go to Andrew to test if the K line is working correctly. So yesterday you saw, sorry if the dogs is barking, yesterday you saw I went to Andrew to go scan the car. We had a bit of a problem. First of all, the OBD port. So we need to figure out as to why the car's OBD port is not picking up anymore. It's probably a wire that we didn't connect. We will figure that out at a later stage. The important part is just to have the ECU reading. And then so we figured out the car's not boosting. It's like wastegate pressure 0.3 bar. And we diagnosed it to the N75 power not getting to the plug and the VVT. So I kind of fixed it myself. I'll show you. We removed plug 6 of this 14-pin loom. So I inserted plug 6 again with a yellow and black wire, and I just found a ignition live somewhere here. Joined it, and all is well. We have power at the N75 and the VVT, so it should be boosting now. I haven't tested it yet. And then if we come on this side, you'll see the mess over there with that's the purple plug is the original OBD from the Mark IV. So I'm going to be wiring that one up to the ECU just so that the car can be tuned. And then that one next to the light switch will need to be sorted out. Not sure how, but we will figure out how to sort it out. It's somewhere over there by the bunch of wires. So I'm just going to solder the wires up quickly, close them up, and make sure that they're good, and then all should be well. Okay, so the final stages of this build. I have this side on. I didn't put that side on because I'm not ready to close that wires up yet. I think I want to do some final things and make sure everything's working, driving before I close that side up. This side's fine because the OBD port sits over there. So that's the engine OBD, which is what we will be reaching most of the time. The car's one, which does not work yet, is here. So I'll just tuck it in there. And then yeah, we are almost complete. And then come over to the engine bay. I'm installing the catch can. I've installed the rove nuts. As you can see, I made a mess, some scratches. Wow. The rove nuts is in, they're solid. So now I'm just gonna fit the catch can. I do need to change the tappet cover for the tappet cover breather, but the block one's so long because it's just laying loose. I'm gonna put it on. Catch can installed. It's bolted nice and tight. The clearances is good. Yeah, just a tappet cover I need to change. Make up the line for the tappet cover, which I see is going to be a little bit of a difficulty, but we'll figure it out. Right, so guys, so you know the deal. Ride along. Let's go get the wheel alignment sorted. And that's why OEM management, first time start, idle, normal. We're back in the garage after a pretty eventful couple of days of the golf, getting things sorted. You saw in the previous clips, I went to go put the alignment in the car. The alignment was and the camber was terribly out. They did their job and they did their job right. And then I took the car to Jamie Potgieter. I'll put his handle in somewhere here. They have a lift at home. So I took it just to check if everything was right, and I had a slight oil leak. I wanted to see where it's coming from. Tappet cover. I used the old gasket. And then just make sure that things are as good as it should be. All the bolts are tight. I'll show you. I'll put the clip up now. Okay, so I'm here at Jamie's Potgieter's house. I just want to show you the exhaust. That's your rear box. Then it goes over, which is a very tight fit, as you can see. Downpipe came off like a breeze. Okay, so because the pulse is so hasn't heated up yet, but the actual downpipe, 2 minutes and it was off. And then, obviously, as any true car guy, take me for a spin, let me feel. Took Jamie for a spin. I'll put the clip up somewhere now.
Yeah, see what you mean.
And then, yeah, on the way taking first spin, I kind of wanted to show him that car spins way too much in third gear. And while doing so, I broke the inner CV. Let me show you guys. Okay, so you can see everything stripped. This is the inner CV. That is the brace that's supposed to hold the balls in place. The brace snapped in half. So this side is still the second hand CV. I never changed it when I did the other side because it was working. So I thought, why not? Why change it? Which made myself more work. But it wasn't that much amount of work. But so, yeah, the CV snapped, the brace snapped in half. It was just turning. So the goal now is just to get a new 100 mil CV in here, get the car back on the ground. The road to dyno tune, that's what I'm calling it. The car is smoking randomly, like very randomly, and I can't figure it out. But I'm gonna remove boost pipes to see if there's oil in there. If the turbo is kaput, I putting the KO3S back on. That's why I still have it. I'll do it over at another time or sell it or whatever comes first. And then yeah, so I just want to do the CV quickly, put it back, and then then it's time to go to the blackboard. We are back by the blackboard, and you know what that means. That means that the episode is coming to an end. I'm not sure what to say about the broken CV or how to feel about it, but I suppose everybody's telling me this is part of it. You need to drive the car hard to figure out what's going to break, what is a weak point. And yes, my mistake, guys. I used second-hand CVs. I cheaped out a bit when I should have just bought new CVs because they're not that pricey. But I tried to save every way I could in the build, and I tried to use what I could or what I had for that instance. But otherwise, let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. Okay. So this is how far we've got. Everything has been completed, but inlet bracket. I was by Nazir and then he had to leave, so couldn't tackle the bracket. But that's not very important. It's not moving a lot. He's moving, but not a lot. This has been a very eventful video. We had to say goodbye for this episode. I'm happy with the way the car drives. From now, the goal is the road to dyno tune. We need to tune the car before we go further. The only hiccup with the tuning is the car gives a puff of smoke randomly. We can't figure out as to why. It's white smoke, so it's definitely oil. I know the motor's good. I know the motor's good. There's no doubt about it. The only thing I've changed on the setup is a turbo. So the turbo could be bad, but then it should be smoking continuously. Or when you come onto boost. Doesn't smoke at idle, doesn't smoke on startup. Just randomly when you're coming to a stop it smoke. It could be oil residue in the boost pipe or in the intercooler that's moving its way to the throttle body. That could be a possibility. Jamil asked me to drive the car for a month or so or till the end of April just to make sure that the turbo is good. We still do have the KO3S. If the KO3S is back before it's dyno tuning time, we will be removing it and replacing the turbo and putting the standard turbo back. But fingers crossed we don't have to do that. It's not an easy job. I do kind of want to use the KO4. So yeah, but until the next episode, I'll catch you guys then. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment. We are making very much progress on the build and on the YouTube channel. So I would appreciate some support. And I do appreciate all of those who has liked all of those subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Catch you again till the next one.